Hey folks, I'd like to introduce you to a brand new product from Scum. It's the Scum Customization Kit. You know, those of us that love to throw that frog, what do? We love to tinker, we love to play, we love to add stuff to the frog to make it better. Sometimes we feel like we want a little bit of a rattle. Sometimes we feel like we want a little more flash, a little more pizzazz, a little more presence to our frog. Scum Frog's got you covered with the customization kit. In your Scum Customization Kit, you've got a variety of accessories to enhance the appearance or presence of your frog. How many times have you felt like, you know, I just need a little more presence. I need a little bit of a rattle. I would love to just let my frog sit in one spot, shake it, and have a little bit of a click, 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 click. You've got that now with the rattle. How many times have you been at your favorite lake or your favorite river and you're fishing your frog in and around the slop, in cladophora, in duckweed, in loose, slimy vegetation where you need to be throwing this thing? What you need to do is you need to give your frog a nose job. Oh yeah. In your Scum Customization Kit, you've got these beauties right here. And you will affix this like a bobber stop, for those of you that know about the punching game. It's almost like a bobber stop, but this right here is so that you can give that frog a nose job. That cone will sit, when you're done and you pull it on, it will sit just like that. And therefore you will eliminate the buildup on the nose of that frog so that you can wind in and throw, wind in and throw, wind in and throw. You don't have to wind in, clean the nose, clean the wig off your frog, give it a little haircut and all that kind of stuff, and then fire it back up. It disrupts your momentum. It takes you out of your game. We want to be fluid with our movements. Wind in, throw to the next one. Wind in, throw to the next spot. That little guy right there is going to help your frog game and keep that train moving down the tracks. You know, there's also going to be those times where you're throwing your frog and you're getting a lot of short strikes. And it's like, doggone it, I need to put a trailer hook on it. If I had a trailer hook for this frog, I would have caught that fish. I would have caught that. Oh my gosh, that was a giant. Oh, if I would have just had a trailer hook on my frog. With the Scum Customization Kit, you've now got that option. You can take this frog right here and you just peel this guy up like that. You will take this, it's just got the greatest little wishbone. We're gonna put that guy on there like that, okay? Now we're gonna slide the body back around so that the trailer hook is on the underside of your frog. So now you've got it to where your frog has got a trailer hook. So when you get those short shots where they're just eating the tassels, or they're post-spawn fish that are guarding fry, you're in and around spawning areas, maybe it's a post-frontal type of a situation where they're not really getting the whole bait and they're just eating the back tassels, now you're gonna get your hands on a lot of those fish because of that trailer hook right there. And you can see that the way that that trailer hook sits right there, it's completely out of the way. It doesn't obstruct the bait. You can still walk the bait. You can let it dead stick the bait, bob the nose. Oh, you get those bites, and a lot of, like I'm saying, if they're not eating it clean, a lot of them are slurp jobs, whatever, and they will get that trailer hook and you can give them the bad news, okay? And the beauty of the trailer hook, the way that it sits right here, it's completely out of the way. It sits on the underside of the frog so that when the bass comes up and if he eats the whole thing, you can still get him with the two front hooks. But if it's a short striker or you have multiple short strikers, you're gonna be able to get him with that back hook there. You know, one of the other accessories in your Scum Customization Kit is the ability to add a little bit of flash into the back of that frog. A lot of times when I'm fishing this frog extremely fast, through vegetation, through loose vegetation, and even solid vegetation or extending vegetation like primrose, I've got acres and acres of primrose. I need to eliminate water quick. I need an addition to my frog that might set me apart from the rest of the guys that are fishing this same body of water right here. Or to just show these fish something that they've never seen before. Little wishbone type connector right there. And it's gonna sit, again, we're gonna take our frog and we're gonna move that, we're gonna move the body out of the way. We're gonna take our little wishbone connector and we're gonna put the eyelets over the hook points like that. When I have used accessories like this in the past, it's been in high traffic areas where I know there's a good frog bite in that area, so do many others. That's why we're all here in this particular cove or this particular arm of the lake. I need something that's gonna set my frog apart, make it maybe a little more appealing than him, and her over there. Now you gotta, hey, come here and eat me frog, okay? It's flash, it's refracting light, it's all that. It's come here and eat me kind of stuff, okay? It's just different. And that's what's going to generate a few more strikes for you with that addition of that little blade right there. You know, all of us frog geeks across the country, we're always looking for that edge. We're always looking for that one little addition that sets us apart from everybody else. And one of the greatest additions that you can add to a frog is that thing right there. An inline buzzer that you can put on your frog right there. It's got heavy gauge wire, but it's not too heavy to where it's going to gather and accumulate vegetation on the nose of this thing. It spins so freely. I love it. You want to talk about the addition of flash and flare to your bait? I have caught so many high quality bass through the years with the addition of an inline buzz blade on the nose of my frog. With the addition of that blade on the nose of that frog, you are going to impress yourself with some of the fish that you're going to start to catch with this rig right here. You now have an inline buzzing frog that you can throw just about wherever you want to. I love to fish this style of frog when I'm trying to eliminate a tremendous amount of water, trying to figure out where the best population, where the best congregation of bass are in this lake, river, pond, whatever it is that I'm fishing today. This is now a frog on steroids. This is one of the greatest additions that you could put on a hollow body frog. I've done it, I've seen it, I've experienced the results of it. It's overwhelming, it's amazing. You know, another great addition that you can make to your frog, especially when you're having to fish that frog really slow. Walk it a little bit, stop. Walk it a little bit, stop. When you're doing that, there is nothing wrong with putting some bait fuel on either the tassels or squirting some bait fuel up inside the underside of this frog. Now, if I've taken my bait fuel and I'm fishing this frog extremely slow, I'm throwing at key targets, specific little spots, shade of a dock, a fence row that extends out, sparse little patches of vegetation, loose vegetation, lily pads that grow out away from everything else. When your pads go from loose pads to heavy pads right on that edge, that's when I'm gonna do this. Just done.